My father is a religious man. He doesn't necessarily go to Mass every Sunday, but he's very firm in his beliefs around Christianity. When I was growing up, he would often talk to me about Jesus and his beliefs revolving around how he created the universe. When I got to middle school, I was learning about Darwin's theory of evolution, and it started to make a lot of sense to me, and of course that's the curriculum you're taught. And that conflicting viewpoint with my father telling me about Adam and Eve and the creation of man through that, it gave me an opportunity to almost try to find my own way and overcompensate against my father's firm religious beliefs by deciding to base everything I believe off of science and facts. And this ended up leading me into a very closed-minded way of viewing the world, which of course leads to a very closed-minded way of viewing oneself, and that leaves a lot of room open for stress. I would try to solve my problems or things going on in myself through logic, and I would just lead myself through loops and loops of stress and anxiety, and I was basically setting myself up for not a great time. But about halfway through sophomore year in college, I found this video explaining scientifically what happens to your brain when you meditate. And it talked about a lot of the benefits that come from meditating. And one of the things was there was an experiment ran where one brain was scanned every day for a year that meditated, and one brain was scanned every day for a year that didn't. And the results were that the part of the brain that deals with stress and anxiety and anger physically got smaller in the brain that meditated. The part of that brain physically shrunk, the one that is in control of those emotions, creates those emotions rather, whereas the part of your brain that deals with love and happiness and laughter and things of that nature physically enlarged. So that was enough for me to give it a try. So seeing as I only believed in scientific fact, that was right in front of my face. Okay, meditation, probably something I should give a go. So I started meditating, and I find that there's a lot of misconception around meditation. I find a lot of people have said either they tried it once, or they don't want to sit still for that, or they can't sit still, or their mind goes everywhere. And I would just like to clear a little bit of that misconception based from my own experience with meditation. Because once I started meditating, door after door opened up for me, both inwardly and outwardly. I was just able to find myself in a much deeper way. I was able to be more present. I was able to be less stressed. I was able to have a better idea of life in general and kind of just how to deal with stressful situations. Of course, I'm still learning, but meditation is a core practice of mine, and it has been pretty much ever since I've watched that video. So the benefits are exponentially unexplainable. So some of the misconceptions is that with meditation you have to sit up straight, cross-legged, not move, not think, not breathe. No, maybe not breathe, but it's that you have to be very uncomfortable and stiff and this or that. Meditation is very rigid, and that's just not the case. There are forms of meditation that it's very important for some of those to transpire, including Om. But ultimately, especially when you start out, meditation is about relaxing. Meditation is about the opposite of forcing. It's about allowing. And the first part of it is just getting comfortable. And that doesn't mean you have to sit up straight or anything. You can do it lying down, you can do it sitting back, however you wish to approach it. The main point is that you're comfortable when you go into this. And Another thing I hear often is that, oh, I can't meditate because I think too much. My mind goes a million places. I have ADHD, things of that nature. And what I've come to understand is that meditation is exactly the practice for that. It's not like you can go into meditation and instantly all your thoughts are stopped. Meditation is the active practice of becoming aware that you are thinking and bringing that awareness to something that brings you to the present, whether that be your breath, the sounds around you, the weight of your body making contact with the floor or the chair or the bed, the temperature on your skin, the clothing on your skin. These are all things that are happening right now in this very moment. And they are outlets to bring yourself to the present. And so meditation is a practice of becoming aware when you are taken into the past or future or somewhere else in your thoughts. Just simply becoming aware that that's happening. Just aware that you are in your thoughts, aware that you are thinking, and then simply coming back to one of those outlets. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to the present. And sure, you will fall back out of that and you will start thinking again. That is natural. You are human. That is how your mind works. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's not that you can't meditate. It's exactly what meditation is for. It's like going into the gym and trying to lift up and curl an 80-pound dumbbell and not being able to do it and saying, oh, the gym doesn't work for me. That's what the gym is for you to build that strength. So when you enter into meditation as a beginner, it is very important to not expect everything to be Zen immediately, because the Zenness, if that's a word I'll use, is allowing yourself to be where you're at, because so often in your life you don't allow yourself to be where you're at. I struggle with the same thing. So meditation is a space for you to allow yourself to be exactly where you are in your journey. You don't need to be pushed forward in your life. You don't need to make progress here or there or be someone else. You just allow yourself to be who you are. And creating that time and space for you to do that for yourself allows you to better enact yourself in areas where you want to make progress and outside of meditation. It's a balance. If you're constantly trying to self-improve, for instance, and you're constantly criticizing yourself and getting angry with yourself when you're not doing everything you know you should, that's not going to make you any progress. It's only when you come into contrast with that and you give yourself the time to rest, the time to be comfortable, the time to be allowing of who you are, that those moments where you're trying to progress become so much easier. So meditation is the practice of becoming aware of your thoughts and coming back to the present. And then when you lose that and you fall back into your thoughts, it's simply coming back to the present. And it's that cycle. You will continue to fall into your thoughts, and all you do is to continue to gently come back to the present, without judgment that you fell into your thoughts, without judgment that you're not doing it right or anything like that. And this practice, it trains your focus, because the more you come back to the present from your thoughts, the more that ingrains into your subconscious and your mind. And so throughout the day, you can become more focused on tasks or just on being here in the now. And it also is a great practice to release self-judgments, because when you are falling into thought, understanding that that is a natural part of how you work, how your brain is wired, and instead of judging it, just simply coming back to your breath, this practice helps reinforce the idea that when you fall off in life, it's natural and it's okay, and there's no sense in judging it, because that will just keep you falling off longer. Just simply coming back to being on track, simply coming back to taking care of yourself or doing what you have to do. Meditation kind of ingrains that in that way. And the extent to which meditation can open your mind and body and spirit is incredible. I'm going to keep it very light in this video. I'm going to keep it just to these beginner understandings and misconceptions. If you guys are interested, I can make a video on deeper benefits of meditation, but we'll start with this for now and see how well this video is received. If you guys have any questions about meditation, feel free to ask below in the comments. I'd love to hear whatever you are thinking. And if you'd like me to make a personal meditation, I can do that as well. But for now, I will leave you with this. I'll give you this last little, we can practice the meditation right here. But pretty much that is the extent of it. You allow yourself to end up in thought wherever that leads you. You catch awareness of that thought. You're aware that you're thinking of what you had to do yesterday that maybe you didn't do. Or you're aware that you're thinking of this big test or thing you have coming up in the morning. Just aware of it. And you might have heard thinking of it like a cloud, allowing it to just be, pass by. Don't force it out, because as Alan Watts says, that's like trying to smooth rough water with a flat iron. It will just disturb it all the more. Just allow your thoughts to be what they are. Allow your brain to be as it is. And just bring your awareness to your breath. Follow the breath all the way through your nose down into your belly and back out. And back in, and just continue to follow your breath with your awareness. It's a great practice because if you're truly following your breath fully with your awareness, you can't think at the same time. And that space of not thinking allows your mind to rest and heal and create new perspectives on problems that your current perspective is just not solving. So just focusing on your breathing. And if you get caught back in thought, it's okay. Become aware. You already are aware if you know you're in thought. Just come back to your breath and teach yourself patience with yourself. Do that as many times as you need. I've been meditating for, 3 years now, and I still do that. Everybody does. Everybody thinks. But the more you allow yourself to just be as you are and gently bring yourself back to where you want to be, the more you allow the space for who you truly are to arise. And who you truly are is everything you could possibly imagine. Everything you could possibly want. It's all inside of you. Just needs the permission to surface. I hope this practice helps you. And I will see you soon.